This video is about famous Hollywood celebrities and people who passed away in 1991 in the United States. Before we proceed, please subscribe to our channel to support us. Jean Rogers. She was born in March 1916 and she died in February 1991. Her age was 74 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death were complications following surgery. Jean Rogers was an American actress best known for her role as Dale Arden in the Flash Gordon serials. She was a staple of the 1930s sci-fi and adventure films. Rogers later moved into supporting roles before retiring in the 1950s. Her classic beauty and charisma made her a fan favorite. Carol Damster. She was born in December 1901 and she died in February 1991. Her age was 89 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was heart failure. Carol Damster was an American silent film actress closely associated with director D.W. Griffith. She was a prominent figure in the 1920s, starring in several Griffith films, though often overshadowed by Lillian Gish. Damster had a unique screen presence. She retired early and lived a private life thereafter. Nancy Culp. She was born in August 1921 and she died in February 1991. Her age was 69 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was cancer. Nancy Culp was an American character actress best known for her role as Miss Jane Hathaway. She brought charm and wit to television throughout the 1960s and 1970s. Beyond acting, she ventured into politics in Pennsylvania. Culp remained a beloved figure for her iconic television role. Thelma Bank. She was born in January 1901 and she died in March 1991. Her age was 90 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was cardiopulmonary failure. Thelma Bank was a Hungarian-born silent film star in Hollywood during the 1920s. She starred opposite Rudolph Valentino in romantic epics. Known for her elegance, Bank retired when talkies emerged. She remained a glamorous figure in early film history. Dean Jagger. He was born in November 1933 and he died in February 1991. His age was 87 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart disease. Dean Jagger was an Academy Award-winning American actor known for his calm demeanor and gravitas. He appeared in dozens of films and television roles over a 5-decade career. His Oscar-winning role came in 12 O'Clock High. He remained active in Hollywood well into his later years. Danny Thomas. He was born in January 1912 and he died in February 1991. His age was 79 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. Danny Thomas was an American entertainer and philanthropist, known for his television work in Make Room for Daddy. He also founded St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. His efforts impacted both entertainment and health care. A beloved figure, Thomas left behind a lasting legacy. George Goel. He was born in May 1919 and he died in February 1991. His age was 71 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was surgical complications. George Goel was a popular American comedian and actor known for his understated, dry humor. He rose to fame in the 1950s with his own television show. Goel also made frequent appearances on talk and game shows. His gentle, unique style set him apart in the comedy world. Aldo Ray. He was born in September 1926 and he died in March 1991. His age was 64 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was throat cancer. Aldo Ray was an American actor known for his gravelly voice and tough guy roles. He became a staple of war and action films during the 1950s and 1960s. Ray brought authenticity to military characters, having served in the Second World War. His rugged persona remains iconic in classic cinema. Kevin Peter Hall. He was born in May 1955 and he died in April 1991. His age was 35 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was AIDS-related pneumonia. Kevin Peter Hall was an American actor best known for portraying towering characters like Predator. Standing at 7 feet 2 inches, he brought life to fantastical roles in sci-fi and fantasy. Hall was also known for his work in Harry and the Hendersons. His death came tragically early due to AIDS-related complications from a blood transfusion. Nan Britain. She was born in November 1896 and she died in March 1991. Her age was 94 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Nan Britain became infamous for her affair with United States President Warren G. Harding. She wrote The President's Daughter, detailing their secret relationship and child. Long disbelieved, her claims were later confirmed through DNA. Her story highlighted the power dynamics of presidential liaisons. Martha Graham. She was born in May 1894 and she died in April 1991. Her age was 96 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was pneumonia. Martha Graham was a pioneering American modern dancer and choreographer. She transformed the art form with emotional abstract performances. Graham's influence shaped 20th century dance worldwide. Her legacy continues through Martha Graham Dance Company. Ruth Paige. She was born in March 1899 and she died in April 1991. Her age was 92 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Ruth Paige was a pioneering figure in American ballet and modern dance. She created innovative performances and was a key force in Chicago's dance scene. Paige collaborated with major composers and artists. Her vision helped shape American dance throughout the 20th century. Pete X. Fell. He was born in August 1943 and he died in February 1991. His age was 47 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was liver failure. Pete X. Fell was a well-known American sports writer and television personality. He gained fame through his insightful coverage of sports and horse racing. X. Fell worked with NBC and ESPN before his untimely death. His charismatic presence and deep sports knowledge made him beloved by fans. Ed Rosenhold. He was born in May 1890 and he died in February 1991. His age was 101 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Ed Rosenhold was Canada's first CBC television weatherman, pioneering television forecasts. He played a key role in developing early meteorological broadcasting. Rosenhold's work helped Canadians better understand weather patterns. Webb Pierce. He was born in August 1921 and he died in February 1991. His age was 69 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was pancreatic cancer. Webb Pierce was a dominant figure in 1950s country music, known for his nasal voice and honky-tonk sound. He had dozens of hit songs and was a Grand Ole Opry member. Pierce influenced generations of country artists. His flashy lifestyle included a guitar-shaped pool. James Cleveland. He was born in December 1931 and he died in February 1991. His age was 59 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. James Cleveland was a pioneering figure in modern gospel music. Known as the King of Gospel, he helped revolutionize gospel with choir arrangements. Cleveland won multiple Grammys and influenced countless artists. He was also a minister and community leader. Doug Pomus. He was born in June 1925 and he died in March 1991. His age was 65 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was lung cancer. Doug Pomus was an American blues singer turned legendary songwriter. Despite childhood polio, he became a prolific hitmaker in the 1950s and 1960s. He co-wrote classics like This Magic Moment. Pomus's lyrics spoke to the soul of American music. George Sherman, he was born in July 1908 and he died in March 1991. His age was 82 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was kidney and heart failure. George Sherman was a prolific director of westerns and action films. He directed over 100 films, especially with Republic Pictures. Sherman worked with stars like John Wayne and contributed greatly to the genre. His efficient, energetic style defined mid-century Western cinema. Howard Ashman, he was born in May 1950 and he died in March 1991. His age was 40 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were age-related complications. Howard Ashman was a brilliant lyricist whose work helped launch Disney's animation renaissance. He wrote lyrics for The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast. Ashman's talent brought depth and emotion to animated musicals. His early death was a major loss to musical theater. Netta Snook, she was born in February 1896 and she died in March 1991. Her age was 95 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Netta Snook was a pioneering aviator and the first woman to run her own aviation business. She is best remembered as a flight instructor to Amelia Earhart. Snook broke gender barriers in aviation throughout the 1910s and 1920s. She remained a celebrated aviation pioneer until her death. Arthur Murray, he was born in April 1895 and he died in March 1991. His age was 95 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was pneumonia. Arthur Murray was a dance instructor who became a household name through his franchised studios. He helped make ballroom dancing accessible to the public. His lessons were broadcast on radio and television. Murray's name still defines dance instruction worldwide. Edwin Land, he was born in May 1909 and he died in March 1991. His age was 81 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Edwin Land was a pioneering American scientist and founder of the Polaroid. He revolutionized photography with the instant camera. Land also worked on military optics during the Second World War. His work continues to influence both art and science. John A. McCON, he was born in January 1902 and he died in February 1991. His age was 89 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was cardiac arrest. John A. McCON served as director of the CIA during the critical Cold War period. A respected industrialist turned intelligence leader, he played a role in the Cuban Missile Crisis. McCON was also known for his analytical mind and strategic influence. His legacy lives in Cold War intelligence history. John Sherman Cooper, he was born in August 1901 and he died in February 1991. His age was 89 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. John Sherman Cooper was a respected United States Senator and Ambassador, known for his bipartisan integrity. He served during the pivotal 20th century events. Cooper was also an ambassador to India and East Germany. His moderate stance earned him cross-party respect in Washington. Lee Atwater, he was born in February 1951 and he died in March 1991. His age was 40 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was brain tumor. Lee Atwater was a controversial and influential Republican strategist. He masterminded George H.W. Bush's 1988 presidential victory with aggressive tactics. Atwater's style shaped modern political campaigning. His final days were marked by public repentance and reflection. Leo Fender, he was born in August 1909 and he died in March 1991. His age was 81 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was Parkinson's disease. Leo Fender was a genius behind the electric guitar revolution. His Fender Stratocaster and Telecaster shaped rock and roll despite not playing guitar himself. His innovations changed music forever. Fender's instruments remain industry standards today. Charles Goran, he was born in March 1901 and he died in April 1991. His age was 90 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was undisclosed. Charles Goran was a world-renowned bridge player and popularizer of the game. He introduced the point count system, making bridge more accessible. Goran's book and columns brought bridge to millions. He was considered a cultural icon of mid-century card games. John Hines, he was born in October 1938 and he died in April 1991. His age was 52 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was plane crash. John Hines was a respected United States Senator, known for moderate Republican policies. He was heir to Hines' food fortune, but earned a reputation on his own merit. Hines championed health, environment, and aging issues. His tragic death shocked the political community. Sunonny Carter, he was born in August 1947 and he died in April 1991. His age was 43 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was plane crash. Melanie Sunonny Carter was a NASA astronaut and medical doctor. He flew on STS-33 and was also a Navy flight surgeon. Carter's promising space career ended in a tragic plane crash. His legacy lives on at NASA and among astronaut peers. John Tower, he was born in September 1925 and he died in April 1991. His age was 65 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was plane crash. John Tower was a longtime United States Senator and a leading voice in defense policy. He became the first Republican senator from Texas since Reconstruction. Tower chaired the Tower Commission after the Iran-Contra affair. He died in the same plane crash as Senator Hines. Cool Papa Bell, he was born in May 1903 and he died in March 1991. His age was 87 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart failure. James Cool Papa Bell was one of the fastest and most skilled player in An League history. Renowned for his speed, he inspired legends and awe among players. Bell was later inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He remains a symbol of excellence and dignity in sports history. Forrest Towns, he was born in February 1914 and he died in April 1991. His age was 77 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death was heart attack. Forrest Towns was a gold medalist in the 110-meter hurdles at the 1936 Berlin Olympics. He broke multiple world records and helped popularize hurdling techniques. After retiring, he coached at the University of Georgia. Towns was a legend in American track and field. Margaret Atwood Judson, she was born in November 1899 and she died in March 1991. Her age was 91 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was undisclosed. Margaret Atwood Judson was an American historian specializing in British constitutional history. A respected scholar, she taught at Rutgers University for decades. Her works focused on early modern political thought. She influenced generations of historians through her scholarship and teaching. Archurro Alis, he was born in May 1938 and he died in February 1991. His age was 52 at the time of his death, and the reason for his death were complications from AIDS. Archurro Alis was a groundbreaking Chicano author and academic. He is best known for The Rain God, a novel exploring Mexican-American identity. As one of the first openly gay Chicano writers, his work challenged cultural norms. He also taught literature at Stanford University. Natasha Harland, she was born in January 1976 and she died in March 1991. Her age was 15 at the time of her death, and the reason for her death was gunshot wound. Natasha Harland was a 15-year-old African-American girl tragically shot during a store altercation. Her death weeks after Rodney King beating became a flashpoint in Los Angeles. It highlighted racial tensions and justice disparities. Harland's legacy endures in civil rights history. Thanks for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Have a nice day.